And now from lovely Three Forks, Montana, Todd the Vinyl Junkie, with a face for radio and a voice for silent movies. Now your host, the Vinyl Junkie himself, Todd.
Hello everybody and welcome to the TTVJ YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about the Accuphase E-280 integrated amplifier. Accuphase has long been known for their excellence in sound reproduction. Their slogan, "Enrich life through technology," is built into every piece they manufacture. Their aim is to deliver exquisite stereo components, much like the highest quality of musical instruments that are used to make the music we love. The name Accuphase is derived from the prefix accu, meaning accurate, and the suffix phase, which plays a very important role in audio reproduction. Accuphase builds products to last the user a lifetime and have a long-run production of their gear, as it is built and designed to perform at a very high level. Accuphase does not do things whimsically or follow the latest trend. They set the standard with their high-end offerings. Founded by the Kasuga brothers, who had worked for Trio Kenwood, now JVC Kenwood, and a few of their like-minded companions, they set out with the intention of building high-end stereo products. Their ultimate goal was to produce the best products to reproduce sound as accurately as possible. Currently located in Yokohama, Japan, Accuphase Laboratory, as is its official name since 1982, began in 1972 in the private home of Yuro Kasuga in the Oda district of Tokyo and moved to Yokohama in 1973, where Accuphase still designs, builds, and sells its magnificent gear. Its first pieces manufactured were the C200 preamp, the P300 power amp, and the T1000 AM/FM tuner. Their lineup has grown considerably over the years. Today we're going to take a look at their introductory level integrated amplifier, the E-280. The E-280 represents the high quality Accuphase can deliver at an accessible price. The E-280 lists for $6,995. Accuphase has always been a producer of high-end audio gear, and they're building the E-280 is a real deal for audiophiles looking to get into an Accuphase piece. The E-280 produces 90 watts of class AB power into 8 ohms and 120 watts into 4 ohms. The E-280 utilizes a power amplification stage with bipolar transistors and double parallel push-pull configuration. Measurements for this amp are amazingly good, and the amp is technically very sound with a signal-to-noise ratio of 122 dB. This produces a pitch-black background for the music to be painted on. We've been auditioning the E-280 for a couple of months now and think very highly of it. It is very fast and articulate. Detail is very good coming from its very black background. It is lively and accurate. It leans slightly to the clinical side of listening with its presentation, but don't mistake that for not being musical. It is just very fast and accurate without any coloration to my ears. Harmonic distortion measures at 0.05 with a 4 to 16 ohm load between 20 and 20 kilohertz, and intermodulation distortion is at 0.01. Bass is stunningly deep and tight, as you would imagine from an amp of this caliber. Sound staging is very good with a large and deep stage presented. The sound draws you into the music and grabs your attention and refuses to let you go. The resolution and great clarity allow you to hear every instrument separated and in its own place. It presents a realistic performance from the artist as it was intended to be heard. The E-280 plays well with just about any speaker you connect it to, thanks to a high dampening factor of 500 and with plenty of power. It has a seamless 20 to 20 kilohertz frequency response range. Accuphase's low impedance design of the output circuitry brings out the full potential of every speaker. With the E-280, you have an integrated amplifier that gets along very well with almost any speaker. The rear panel of the E-280 allows for a lot of connectivity. 5 RCA inputs and 1 balanced input are provided, as well as a tape loop. Individual phase settings are provided for each input. A preamp out and a main in are also provided, allowing for the preamp and power amp sections to be used separately. You can hook 2 sets of speakers up to the E-280 that are switchable for either individual pair or combining using a front panel switch. The E-280 is also versatile in that a phono card or DAC card can be added to make the E-280 work with any source you connect it to. Slots are provided should a card or two be added on the rear panel. The AD60 is the current phono card and can be added to the E-280 for $1,275, and the DAC60 can be added for $1,475. The grand total for the E-280 with both the AD60 phono card and DAC60 card is $9,745. These additions give you a very versatile integrated amplifier. Or you can go with the basic integrated amp and have a fantastic piece to drive your system. The front panel begins on the top left with the input selector switch and the power switch below it. To the right of this and next are the cool looking power meters, the remote sensor and the volume level frequency display. Next to that on the top level is a very smooth, accurate Accuphase AAVA volume control. The feel of the volume control and knob exude luxury. Just below the display and volume control, from left to right, resides the main in switch for preamplifier power amplifier separation, speaker selector, the recorder on off and play switch, a DAC selector switch usable if the DAC60 card has been added to the E-280. Next we have the display mode selector button. Next to that, the MMMC selector button for the AD60 phono card if it has been added. The phase selector button, a tone on-off button, which controls whether the treble selector, bass selector are engaged, and then there's a balance selector switch next. Okay, so next we have the loudness compensation button, which adds 6 dB at 100 Hz, 20 dB attenuator button, and lastly, a 1/4 inch headphone jack for headphone listening. A remote control is provided for input selection, playback controls for a CD player, and attenuation button and volume control. The E-280 is powered with power supply circuitry designed for optimum stability. A large transformer and massive 30,000 microfarad filtering capacitors provide rock, stable, high-quality power to the electronics. Versatility and adjustability abound with the Accuphase E-280. Both front and rear panels are full of ways to make the E-280 work for you. Much forethought and engineering goes into each Accuphase product, including the E-280 cooling and temperature stabilization of the amp via ventilation to the shielding of the circuitry from external and internal interference. These considerations raise the level of the performance of the E-280 to a very high level. The look of the Accuphase E-280 follows the look of their product line, the golden hue on the front panel and stylish design. The E-280 weighs in at 45 pounds and measures 18.31 inches wide, 5.94 inches tall, and 16.64 inches deep. We feel the E-280 is a high-value audiophile integrated amplifier. You get excellent sound from top to bottom. The E-280 offers a lot of connectivity that can be increased with the addition of the phono and DAC cards, and its elegant appearance all make the E-280 a worthy consideration for your high-end system. Though this is a bit of an investment at from either $6,995 or up to $9,745 with the added phono and DAC cards, the E-280 gives the listener an engaging and exquisite sound worthy of its price. You can find the Accuphase E-280 as well as all Accuphase products at our online store at www.ttvjaudio.com. 2 big, huge thumbs up for the E-280.
Don't forget to visit the TTVJ Audio website and sign up for our newsletter. Keep up to date with new products, sales, and loaner programs. Thanks for watching.